So, what are we going to talk about?
Football.
Football?
Yeah, I mean, that's a majority of what I have loaded into our show rundown, but show folder.
So we'll start with LeBron and the Knicks.
NBA schedule. Well,
No. We'll start with football. We'll start with football. Absolutely. Welcome in WBRE, WYOU 2822 Sports Night. I'm Zach Grady. I'm joined here only two more times, huh? Two more times we are joined by Nate Johns as he's getting ready to head on back to Penn State, to Nittany Nation, to Happy Valley, to State College, to home of Jerry. Oh, never mind. We'll just let that sit there for a second. Yeah, we'll just let that sit there for a second.
Yeah.
Do we have a Nittany Nation package actually, though?
We do not.
Okay, we don't. All right.
Yeah.
But what do we got tonight? Some black and gold?
A lot of black and gold.
And tomorrow we're
RailRiders rebranding.
Oh, yeah, let's start there, actually.
Say.
I know we should start.
Start.
We're talking about football, but yeah, we got to start with the biggest story in the NEPA today. Absolutely. RailRiders throwing a curveball here, early this morning, announcing that they're going to go ahead and rebrand. Wow, I look so much shorter. Like, look in it's like tallest to small. Yeah. Good. Like, zoom me back in a little bit, please. I'm feeling inadequate. Hold on, no, it's okay. We got it. Go. You let the people see. Let the people see. I feel inadequate about my height, my hairline, my pants line. A little more. There we go. Too much. A little bit. Right there. That's good. Yes. Used to be a 34. Now I'm a 36. Yeah. Getting old's tough.
Yeah, that happens.
Happens to everyone.
Yep.
Yeah, you two will see it, okay? Don't give me this fake pity here.
We will.
That's why we're acknowledging it.
Yeah.
All right, RailRiders. No longer going to be the RailRiders. About 3 weeks left. I got a chance to get out to the field today and speak with the team president this afternoon about
Shawn Riley?
Yeah, Shawn Riley, yep. About the decision of, and the process behind the decision as well of what's going on and why they're doing it. And renewed interest in AAA. They say attendance is up, season tickets are up, and they decided it's a perfect time, especially what Shawn had said is they noticed a lot of youth in the ballpark, and they want to, it's almost like they're starting the PG era in WWE. They're trying. Okay, yes. But they're trying to connect to a younger generation and build lifelong baseball fans right here in the NEPA, and I'm pretty excited about it. I have a guess of what I think. I think we should do you want to do it's not like a baby pool, but like a pool of a name pool. We'll get the viewers involved and everyone can pick. And if whoever wins, I don't know, I'll buy them some RailRiders tickets or something like that.
Well, they won't be RailRiders tickets anymore.
Yeah, I'll get them some SWB tickets or something.
SW, yeah.
All right, what's your guess? What's your guess?
I saw this one earlier, so it's not original. I like the coal crackers. I think the font.
Is that
I was gonna say that too.
Is that something from around here?
Yeah, Scranton, big coal area. Scranton, there's a lot of coal mines, and I just felt that was a good keeping it native to the area, keeping it relevant. But I feel like you can do. Obviously, the uniforms would probably be black, but I just think it's a cool name.
Then they said that the name will have ties to the NEPA area and have ties to the history and lineage of, the teams and the Scranton, Wilkes-Barre. Is it a twin city, or do we include Hazleton as well and call it a tri-city?
No, Hazleton's their own thing.
Okay, you are from here, so you can say that. I can't. That's why I asked politely.
That's why we're establishing it.
Okay. Good to know.
Hazleton is unique in its own distinct way from those two.
Good to know. Okay, so I can say the Twin Cities of
Joe Madden
Scranton
sometimes
and
takes visits back here in Hazleton.
Well, that's where he's from.
Ray's manager,
Former
Joe
Rays,
Madden?
former Rays manager Joe Madden.
I love Joe Madden, man. I
Yeah.
always wanted the Mets to hire Joe
He's a
Madden.
nice nonprofit going here. He takes some visits, especially around the holidays.
We got to find out when he's here. So maybe we'll hopefully catch up with him, see if he wants to be a guest here on 2822 Sports Night.
Well, he was here on Monday, but we had other things going on.
Okay,
Monday.
he was here on Monday. We didn't know. Crestwood had a midnight practice. We didn't know.
Yeah, we didn't know
You know
about
what?
that
I need to
until-
go back in and edit my referral here. Penn State. Can we go ahead and change some of the votes that I had for Nate's references here?
We're gonna run it back.
Yeah. If people at home didn't see, I was eating.
Too bad Allison's not here for that.
Nope.
No, I'm not. I'm not touching that one with a 10-foot stick.
Well, she has the Yeet sunglasses at her desk.
That's why I'm not touching that one with a 10-foot stick. So upset Solo lost.
Got to do the same thing again, I guess.
Yeah,
It's
if you
the
can't
one-
make
it's the
if you
one
can't
good
make
thing-
money, just run it back with the bloodline. Although I will be wearing my bloodline Jordans next week
I will
and
be wearing the
acknowledging
hat,
my
yeah.
OTC. Yeah, I know. I'm a shill. RailRiders. We have
the GM's interview.
Okay,
here.
you know what? Let's all have me stop rambling on about what I talked to Mr. Riley about and listen to Mr. Riley, Shawn Riley, the president of the Scranton Wilkes-Barre RailRiders, on the rebranding of the team into 2027.
As you guys announced your rebrand from 2027, first and foremost, the timing. How come the announcement at the moment?
Well, we wanted to give our fans a chance to really celebrate and honor the RailRiders heritage. A lot of great memories and experiences and family memories made here over the last 13 years. So the last 3 weeks of the season will be a celebration of the RailRiders as we go into this exciting new chapter of professional baseball in NEPA.
What can you tell us about this next chapter at this point in time?
Well, I can't tell you the name. We'll have a community reveal, a free community reveal in November with details to be announced. But it'll be a name I think that the fans will love. And it's a good way for us to embrace a whole new generation of fans. This year at the ballpark, there's been a rebirth of the baseball team with the large video board and the experience, and we're seeing younger generation of fans. So we thought this was the perfect time to embrace a whole new generation of fans in the area and start fresh.
That being said, the announcement in November, what were some of the conversations or what led to this decision?
Well, I think part of it is the rebirth of the season. Our attendance is up 30%. We have a major league quality video board, as you can see behind me. The sound system is better than ever. Kids are running the bases. Attendance is up. And people are just having fun. A lot of people have come out, haven't been here in a long, long time. And we thought with this rebirth and renewed interest in the team that this was the good time to put a nice, fun new brand on it.
Not to mention the ball club being in first place as well.
Well, it would be nice. It would be nice to win a championship. To have the last season of the RailRiders go off the right way with a championship for Shelley and the guys in the clubhouse.
Going forward next year, I know you talked about this last 3 weeks is going to be a celebration and remembrance. I know you guys have honored some of the teams of the past throughout this season as much. Are there going to still be traces of the RailRiders going forward?
Oh, for sure. It's always part of the history. It'll always be part of the history here at PNC Field. And so, yes, we will keep it. We'll have Hall of Fame. We'll set up a Hall of Fame. And fans will see remnants of the RailRiders going forward. But then when the new name will be so exciting, I think they'll be happy moving forward.
New name, or is there going to be new colors, new logos, new everything as well?
Yeah, new colors, exciting new colors. And it will be branded around the ballpark. But it's just, again, it's a way to engage a whole new generation of fans. And it's pretty noticeable coming out to our games. I've heard from many fans saying, wow, I can't believe how much younger it is. The kids, there's just more kids and younger families. And really that's what it's all about, affordable family entertainment.
And then just, I know the affiliation with the New York Yankees, who have not changed their jerseys in more than 100 years. How much influence did the Big Ball Club have in this rebranding or, the future logo and everything like that?
Well, very supportive. I mean, they're very supportive, and they're very happy with the changes they've seen at the ballpark this year. The players love playing here. They love the new vibe. So the Yankees have been great partners. Look forward to being great partners with them for a long, long time. And fans of NEPA will be able to see the best future Yankees for a long time playing here at PNC Field.
Okay, I know you can't give us much. Is there anything you can give us, any little detail that we may be able to hint to tell our folks what to look forward to in November?
Can't really give away too much, But I think when people see the name, they'll love it, and it'll make a lot of sense once we reveal it. But I will tell you this: Champ, the mascot, will be back, maybe with a new friend, but Champ will be back.
Also, I know you guys released the schedule today as part of the rebranding. Just thoughts on next year's schedule and what we can expect here in 2027, along with the new name and the new logos and the new colors.
Good schedule. A lot of home games in June, which is good for us. And we're home on Father's Day. And I think a lot of chance to re-engage some weekend crowds, too. I think people like coming out on weekends. So it's a really good schedule. And not too many games too early, and not too many games during the hottest part of the summer. So I think fans will enjoy the schedule.
Anything I missed or anything you want to add to help tell the story tonight?
No, I think the organization.
Notice how I came back around, followed up, see if I could get him to reveal anything, and guess what we found out? New mascot. Well, old mascot and a new mascot. Champ's coming back.
2 mascots.
Plus a new mascot.
That tells me it's going to be something. I think it's going to be something Electric City themed. Scranton, the Electric City. It's going to be like one of the mascots is going to be like a lightning bolt, or something like a train car, maybe.
I would love for it to be like paper themed, like
like
Scranton,
The Office.
Wilkes-Barre, Dunder Mifflins, or something.
The fighting papers.
No, I think it's going to be my vote. If I had to put money down, I would say Baby Bombers. That would be my vote. I know they've worn that jersey a couple of times over the season this year on Sundays. I think the tie-in to the Yankees, and again, that's family friendly as well. So we know it won't be the Barons. That's owned right now by the Philadelphia Phillies. You know what I should do is I should do a little journalism. I should do a little investigation, huh? Check out what maybe has been trademarked, what maybe's been copyrighted. Don't steal my journalism. Yeah, get on that though. Did you guys see that story about how some dude owns like 10 of the former WNBA licenses and rights? And that's why the Cleveland team can't be the Rockers, and the Detroit Shock may have to pay this guy like $1 million to get their name back. Because when the teams fold, he just buys the team names.
That I did not know, no.
Yeah.
More you know.
It's like the dude in Washington who bought every single team name, and that's why they had to choose the Commanders, because everything else they wanted was taken.
Yeah.
Wow, you guys sound excited tonight. All right. Well, I hope you guys are more excited at home as we will continue on. We'll get off the baseball diamond and hit the football field when we get back. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here at 2822 Sports Night. Okay, I'm overriding. I'm vetoing. If the NFL can take over my Christmas Day, which for years was dedicated to the NBA. Do you remember, did any of you see those awesome NBA commercials back in the day? Like when they're with the bells and okay. If the NFL and Netflix are taking over my NBA coverage on Christmas Day.
Well, the Jets won't be playing it.
Oh God.
But they'll be playing anyway.
That's a gift in and of itself.
Yes, it is. The fact that I don't have to watch the Jets will be a gift. All right, but if they're hijacking my, also by the way, check out the bombing of Panama Flight 103 on Netflix. Speaking of, good watch. I went through like all 6 episodes on Sunday, like that. Good watch.
Binge watch.
I binge watched the heck out of it. But no, I'm hijacking segment 2 here. We're talking about LeBron and we're talking about the Knicks. We're talking about Christmas Day. We're talking about the NBA slate coming out. Do you have LeBron? Did I mess? I told you to get some LeBron, right?
Yeah.
He's got some LeBron. Look at the producing.
He's in here.
Look at the man, the myth, the legend that is Ricky Turner.
Yeah, a lot of well, not too much to do today. Kind of a slower day, but
hey,
yeah, I got this.
Hey,
it's kind of you have busier days and you have slower days.
Yeah,
today was a busy day. No, actually, today was a busy day. We just had an extra body. Don't worry, today was a busy day, and we're gonna get to Connor in our next segment as we check in with North Pocono and the Trojans. I liked his intro, by the way. He did a little Odyssey thing in his intro, tried to play off the Greek mythology. I was like, all right, my
The 10
boy.
Years War.
Very topical.
Yeah.
The
Especially
movie just came out.
and the fact that it's been 10 years since North Pocono won the district championship.
Yep.
Yeah. So we're gonna introduce you to Connor Court in a little bit next segment as we hit the field with North Pocono. But yeah, no, I'm hijacking Christmas Day.
Can we talk about opening night first?
Sure,
Why are the Pistons and Celtics playing at 3 p.m.?
because
Why? I don't understand it.
you're just talking about the time, or are you talking about the two teams?
The time.
What day's opening day?
It's a Tuesday. It's a
October
random
20th.
Tuesday in October, and they're on at 3 p.m.
We'll see where they're playing.
They're playing in Detroit.
Are you sure?
I believe they are.
Let's see if they're playing in that would be my only guess, is if they're doing some international thing.
So yes, 3 p.m. Boston at Detroit at 3 p.m. on NBC Peacock.
So
That's
don't
such an
stop.
odd-
Be careful how you badmouth them now.
I'm not bad. It's such an odd time. It's in the middle of the day.
It's 3 p.m. on a random Tuesday.
Is it because it's a Peacock exclusive game?
but it's still-
it's under
it's
the
at 3.
NBC banner.
No, I get that, but I'm wondering, is it like a Peacock thing?
I don't know. I mean, all 3 games are on. It says NBC/Peacock.
Yeah, I don't think there's no specification about them specifically being on Peacock. It's 2 teams, and I understand it. It's 2 teams whose off seasons have been
Tumultuous.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. The Celtics, they traded a Finals MVP, and
Okay.
the Pistons did next to nothing.
Okay, the Pistons did next to nothing, and by doing next to nothing, they look 10 times better than the Celtics, because the Celtics may have had the worst offseason in the history of off seasons.
Let's say.
I'd
Let's
still
say
s-
that.
I'd still say the Cavs.
Hold on. No, this is why they had the worst offseason in the history of offseason. Because every move that the Celtics made this offseason directly, not indirectly, but directly made one of their biggest rivals much, much better. Every move they made the 76ers better. Because the Jaylen Brown trade made the 76ers better by getting rid of Paul George and getting Jaylen Brown. And if they don't make that trade, LeBron's not coming to Philly. Every single thing that Boston did not only made them much worse, made Philly much better, and to top it off, they lost out in the Giannis sweepstakes to their other biggest rival at the moment, the Miami Heat.
Because they wouldn't include Hugo Gonzalez or
And Baylor Shireman.
Baylor Shireman in a trade package.
Well,
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
We'll
That
get
was
to
the
see
deal
that
breaker.
matchup.
They had the worst offseason in the history of off seasons.
Well, speaking of that Giannis deal, we'll get to see him go to Boston on Christmas after the Spurs and the Knicks. You get your finals rematch on Christmas Day. I think you said that's what it was going to be when we talked about
But
it.
it always is. No, I mean, it's true. There are a couple of traditions when it comes to the NBA and Christmas Day, that you will always have a rematch traditionally of last year's finals. And the NBA loves it when it's like Celtics Lakers. That will always happen. And it's a New York City tradition on Christmas Day that they host the noon game. They always noon, Madison Square Garden, Christmas Day. It's like Detroit and Thanksgiving. It is what it is. That's why the Knicks would get a Christmas Day game even when they were terrible, because it was just a New York City thing.
Yep, I remember. I think the only Washington Wizards Christmas game was when John Wall and the Wizards
Played at the Knicks. Yeah, it's just because they needed a noon opponent
Yes.
for that. So that's why that Spurs Knicks game isn't the main event. It's the first game of the day because
Yeah, it's the tip-off.
yeah. But normally that would have been the main event. That would have been the 5:00 game. What is the 5:00 game, by the way?
Sixers, Lakers, and LeBron's return to LA.
That's why that's the 5:00 game. Because normally that game was probably your 8:00 game, which on paper looks great, but
It's in Minnesota.
LeBron James, a shot at
This year it's
history.
like this in Minnesota.
yeah, I mean, that looks great, but I got a feeling by the time Christmas rolls around, Ant's going to be in Miami and Lonzo Ball will be running the Wolves into the ground.
I don't think Ant's going to be gone that quickly.
Ant will be a member of the Heat by next year.
He'll be on the Boston Celtics. at this time next year.
No.
I
This
think
time
so.
next year, Anthony Edwards will be a member of the Heat.
And then he'll be on the Timberwolves and will look silly.
No, I don't. I don't think so.
there's- yeah.
I think he's already laid that groundwork. He's said a bunch of things already about Spoelstra, and this Timberwolves team is not. I just don't have big expectations that this is going to last for long term.
Yeah, no, I don't think. I mean, it's already sort of again tumbling down with Julius Randle being sold off. Obviously, you still have Rudy Gobert, Jaden McDaniels there, but there just seems to be some type of disconnect, and I think Anthony Edwards might be getting a little displeased with how the front office is also running things as well.
And the fact that he's had ties to Team USA, and Team USA is basically run out of the Miami organization right now, I think is what does it. I mean, you guys want to know where free agents are going to go. Look who hangs out with who every 4 years on the Olympic teams. I mean, that's kind of how it goes. So, but let's get back to the Keystone State. Let's get back to what we were talking about. Let's get back to the Knicks and the Sixers. Yeah. No, I mean, that's a big slate. Opening day, you got... I don't understand that first game. I really don't. 3:30 in the afternoon, sure.
Why do the
I just don't
Pistons
understand
get to tip off the season?
I mean, that's your 1 and 2 seeds in the East last year.
I don't care about Detroit being the 1 and the 2 seeds who lost in the first round and almost lost in the first round and then blew a home game 7.
I'm just
Incredibly.
saying that you're 1 and the 2 seeds. I'm guessing that's the Peacock game.
I don't. Again,
Could be.
they
Yeah, we
haven't
don't know.
specified.
I'm
They haven't
guessing
specified.
that I'm guessing that second game between LeBron, Madison Square Garden,
The
a
Knicks ring
banner
ceremony.
raising.
Yeah, I mean,
you
that's
know,
probably
I'm
NBC.
guessing that's going to be on WBRE.
Yeah, and then of course the nightcap, Oklahoma City at San Antonio Western Conference Finals
SGA versus Wemby.
rematch. So again, that makes sense. I mean, the first game,
Let's talk about the game that matters.
the one on
The
Christmas.
Rockets and the Spurs.
Thank you for making the joke. I appreciate it. Thank you. No, I mean, LeBron, his first game as a 76er in Madison Square Garden, I mean, he's going to have a good game, I'm imagining. He's going to... Or do you think... Okay, do you think there's going to be some growing pains with the Sixers that night?
I think this game
Because there's going to be electric. No,
No,
and now you add LeBron to the electricity of this night.
this game's going to tell us a lot about the first 2 months of the Sixers season, because that's typically the time where you're going to see the new adjustments and growing pains and how much guys are willing to sacrifice, because you have 4 guys that can very well be the number 1 player on a championship caliber roster.
Who's the guy you're not including?
VJ.
Okay.
So you have 4 number 1 players, and they're going to have to share the ball. I'm very excited to see what this Sixers roster looks like, but this does feel like a game where the concerns of ISO ball, not a lot of passing, could come to fruition. This game's going to tell us everything we need to know about the first couple months of this team as they try to gel together. And honestly, for the Sixers, you're just hoping everyone gets there unscathed through the preseason, because remember that Paul George injury in the preseason a couple years ago, and LeBron's not exactly a spring chicken, and Embiid's injury history is like a Walgreens receipt.
Okay, I understand LeBron's not exactly a spring chicken, but LeBron, he's good. Like
He should be.
we can stop with this. We got to worry about LeBron. No, we don't. Dude's been playing for 24 seasons, has gotten 1 decent injury, spends about $4 million a year on his body. I'm pretty sure LeBron's going to be fine.
I'm seeing the Joel Embiid propaganda, and I am now terrified.
No, I'm terrified that what matters as much as LeBron is Joel Embiid. Like, he's gotten pushed to the wayside. He's gotten pushed to the back, and the fact that everyone wants to talk about Jaylen Brown, everyone wants to talk about LeBron James, the up and comings of Maxwell. But here's the thing: the thing that matters the most is still Joel Embiid. If Joel Embiid's not healthy, that's not a team that's going to be able to get through the East. Simple as that. They just don't have the size, especially as you have Jaylen Brown right now on the depth chart as your power forward, and you have LeBron throwing point guard. Ricky's calling for the ball. I'm going to give it to him.
Yeah, that's the thing with the Sixers team. They lose Drummond, and outside of Drummond, it was
What team did he go to?
went to your Knicks. But
I'm obnoxious.
outside of Drummond, who they had last year, depth in the big was a big problem. And Devonta is a fun energizer bunny, but he should not be your backup big. That is a recipe for disaster because he can't really floor space. He can't really create his own shot. He can be a rim to turn, but he's not really going to provide much offensively. So if Joel Embiid gets hurt, obviously again you have 4 really, really good players that don't play center, but at the center position, where's your offense going to come from there? And teams will sacrifice a Devonta trying to beat them in some occasions.
I mean, you talk about the first couple of months of the season as well. It took a while. What was it? First 18 games. What was the Heat were 8-9?
I was going to say
the first 18 games or something like that.
There's also a well-documented history of, quote unquote super teams, well-constructed teams really struggling early as they find their footing, and then latter parts of the year, like a quarter way through the year, you typically find that and get in the groove.
Don't act like this is going to be the team that the 76ers go into the playoffs with either. One of these guys is going to get moved. They're going to make a move at the deadline. They have to make a move at the deadline. They're going to have to get something somewhere. And that being said, I think Edgecombe may have to get moved because you're not moving Embiid in his contract. You just traded for Brown. I don't think you want to trade away the future in Maxey. I mean, at this point, what?
What do they move Edgecombe for? The guy just finished top 3 in Rookie of the Year voting.
I understand. I'm not saying. Okay, listen. The Sixers traded Michael Carter-Williams after winning the Rookie of the Year.
That's true, and it actually worked out pretty well for them.
Yeah. So thank you for helping me make my point.
But why would they move off of Edgecombe?
Because at some point in time, every LeBron team makes moves at the deadline, brings people in, and they are going to need to get some more size to be contenders in the East and contenders for a championship when they do go to the West and have to face a Jokic or a Wemby or a Gobert even.
Yeah, I agree they're going to have to make a move for an extra big. I don't think it has to come at the expense of the starting lineup.
Let's leave the hardwood on that note because it's 8:30 and we still have. This is just our second break here, so yes. We'll head back to the gridiron as promised. When we return, we're gonna go to North Pocono as our preseason playbooks continue, and Connor Core hits the field with the Trojans. Don't go anywhere. 28-22 news on at 11, but 28-22 Sports Night will be back after this break. We head to Mother Russia, yeah?
Not quite.
Do we go to Mother Russia? That's a terrible Russian accent, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Hey, like I said, I'm the newcomer. I'm the new cucumber. I'm the newcomer here in the area when it comes to high school football. And I have said several times over, these dudes know what they're talking about. So I'm going to take a little step back here. I'm going to let you guys do your thing. Why don't you break down North Pocono for a couple of moments and then throw it over to Connor Core, our newest member of the 28-22 sports team, as he hit the field in North Pocono. So you guys, I'm going to pass the ball and sit back like I'm LeBron and JJ Barea is guarding me.
Passing the ball for a run first team reference is honestly immaculate. Almost as good as the North Pocono helmets. Those marching, not even the football helmets, those marching band helmets. They got like the black marching band helmets, the feathers across the top. Oh, they're incredible. All right, now for what people actually want to talk about, which is the football team. Coming off a pretty historic season, they won the Lackawanna Football Conference Division I for the first time since 2009, their first district title since 2016. And biggest issue for them is going to be who's stepping in on the offensive line. I mean, Ricky, we were at the Dream Game. Zach, you were there too for a bit, and got to see some of those North Pocono tackles, Warren Kramer, Cole Zimmerman, I believe, both gone to graduation. They lose Evan Wolf, who's going to be a walk-on tight end at Penn State. But they do bring back some key contributors, notably wide receiver Cole West, who's going to play Division I football at Cornell as a wide receiver. Chase Zimmerman, the quarterback and defensive back for Coach Greg Dolan's squad, and had some pretty nice things to say about him in Connor's trip up to Moscow today. So let's take a look at that.
He's not even going to throw to you. He's just throwing right. You're not setting Ricky up for success here, Nate.
We're giving Ricky the second.
No, Ricky wanted to respond. As you see in preview right there how Ricky's calling for the ball. He's putting his face up next. If he wanted you to throw to
Connor's package,
that's what would be up in preview. Ricky, what do you have to tell us about North Pocono? You see how it's done?
I do.
Well, North Pocono, as Nate said, they lost some offensive linemen, including, I think they're 6'7" or 6'8" tackle. Spoke to him.
God, I wish I was that tall.
Yes, he's a massive human being. He's actually going to be playing at Lackawanna. But yes, the offensive line and defensive line.
Oh, that dude?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that dude.
Yeah, because I
Yeah.
had the camera.
Yeah, that dude. Yeah.
But yes, very large human, real road grader in the run game. That's something they're gonna. I think they're losing 4 to 5 offensive
What did
linemen.
you say? A real what?
Road grader.
I've never heard
You've
that.
never heard?
I've
No,
heard
what
that
is
before,
that?
Yeah,
It's like a road grader. He paves the path for the running.
it's like a
back.
steamroller.
A steamroller.
I've never heard that. That's awesome.
Yeah, road.
You learn
I use
something
that
new
one,
every
yeah.
day.
I don't know. I just use that very commonly when referring to really good offensive linemen. But
Okay.
yeah, it's going to start up front. I think another key part is they're also losing Josiah Gray, who I think was their leading rusher last year. Senior running back, extremely explosive, and I think he's off to Lackawanna as well, if I'm not mistaken. But not a very big back, but did provide some big plays for them there. But yes, a run first team that's going to be replacing a lot of offensive linemen and also a running back in the backfield. So we'll again ultimately see how that goes. But this is a team that, gets started off with Berwick in week 1. That should be an interesting matchup as two teams losing some big pieces up front and in the running back room. But now I think we're going to toss to Connor Core, who spoke with
how
Greg
it's done.
Dolan.
See what's in preview right now?
Yeah.
Spoke to, I think, Chase Zimmerman as well, and some other members of the team as they look to continue and win a back-to-back district titles here in 2026.
North Pocono kicks off another campaign in 2026 with a very familiar voice behind center, senior quarterback Chase Zimmerman.
Said it last year to WBRE. He's a junkyard dog, and he's a great corner for us, and he's a great quarterback.
Zimmerman led the Trojans to a historic 13-1 record as a junior last year, making it all the way to the state quarterfinal game. North Pocono is using last year's success to strive for bigger goals in 2026.
I think just enjoy it too. I think a lot of people forget to enjoy it, and then that kind of just derails the game or season. So I think that's what the main thing is.
Division I commit Cole West will be a consistent name on the field for the Trojans. The future Cornell Big Red will play both ways in 2026 for North Pocono.
Obviously we have goals in mind, but want to know every week. We start with Berwick, and that's all that matters right now, if you're looking ahead towards week 2. So it's just one game at a time, and then the goals will go where they want.
Head coach Greg Dolan is going into his 15th season as head coach for the Trojans. He says this upcoming season is all about taking it one game at a time. Putting the right pieces together in the trenches is crucial, Dolan says, for the Trojans in 2026. On the offense, 4 of 5 offensive linemen graduated this past spring. On defense, 6 of 7 players also graduating seniors.
I think you'll see that these older kids have given us a template of what we can do, and then these younger kids now are using that template and creating their own identity, and then creating that own identity, I think now they're going to develop their own joy and who they're going to be.
As this new crop of linemen continue to develop, Dolan believes his team's chances to compete at a high level this season will continue as well. Reporting from North Pocono High School, Connor Core, 28-22 Sports.
All right, I went Monarch. I totally overrode anyone's opinions in segment 2. So here in segment 4, we're gonna go democracy. We're gonna get out of England, come back over to what America used to be, and have a little democracy here. You want to talk offensive players not being on the practice field, or do you want to talk defensive players not being on the practice field?
We could talk offensive players.
Not offensive players. What do
Yeah.
you want to talk?
We could talk offensive players.
All right, so we're gonna go to Philly then.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna talk offensive players not being on the practice field, aka pretty much everyone in the Philadelphia Eagles wide receiver room,
Except Darius Cooper.
who apparently looks undeniable
He looked good
according
in
to
I
reports.
was going to say, I think he looked good in last year's training camp because I remember one of my friends is an Eagles beat reporter for New Jersey Post. There's a lot of Darius Cooper talk.
He looks undeniable, is what the quote was from the AP, that he jumps off the practice field.
Yes, I think he's very shifty. I think he's a small,
He's
shifty.
very,
type
very
of-
sneaky, sir.
Yeah. He's somebody who served as more of a return specialist for the
Yeah.
Eagles last year. But given the fact that, Devonta Smith hasn't been on the field, but is getting closer allegedly, Makai Lemon hasn't been on the field, both dealing with.
Hamstrings.
Yep. Somebody had to fill the A.J. Brown role of hamstring injuries, I guess. So it's everyone on the team. But yeah, Cooper and Dontavian Wicks have been two guys that have really stepped up and been able to push for roster spots. I think Wicks was going to be on the team anyway, but Cooper's one of those guys that, going into camp, maybe he's just a camp body, especially because they brought in guys like Marquise Brown and Elijah Moore. You have those veterans.
Who people said looked good at practice the other day as well.
Yeah,
He's
Elijah
a
Moore's
solid
been
depth
somebody.
receiver.
Yeah, so
Former Jet.
I liked him as the Jets. I really did like him as
He's
the
a
Jets.
solid player. He's not-
Yeah, but no. The is not because of his play. The is because they needed to trade him away so they could sign Randall frickin' Cobb because
yeah, I forgot.
that was the only reason why the Jets traded Elijah Moore, because they needed to open up a roster spot for Randall Cobb.
Yes, because Elijah Moore is a very slot specific
Yeah,
receiver.
yeah. So they, after getting Lazard and then they needed Cobb, it was like, and bringing in the offensive coordinator for Rodgers.
Nathaniel Hackett.
Yeah.
Yes.
uh,
Good old
I
Nathaniel
just,
Hackett.
yeah.
I'm beginning to observe that there seems to be a rule that whenever Zach mentions the Knicks, we have to bring up the Jets.
Yeah.
At some other point in the show.
Find a way to get him in
Jets
there.
have to come up.
Just Jets or Mets, huh?
But yeah, back to
Although, sorry. Wow, I'm dying. Although the Mets are hot right now.
I was gonna say they just beat the Braves. They
First
beat the
time,
Pirates
yeah,
three.
first time since 2017 that they've won the season series against the Braves.
And they're arguably they're having one of their most disappointing seasons in recent memory.
Maybe ever. I mean, they set the loss record in 62, and I still think I would rather watch that team this one.
at least that team's playing for something.
The most losses of
Yeah.
all
Yeah,
time.
that's still something. They're playing not to do that.
Well, no, 62 was the very first year they were a team.
Yeah.
And we're comparing them now to a team that has a $300 million payroll.
Back to the Eagles wide receiver.
Thank
room.
you.
You're welcome.
Keep it local, baby.
Will do. But yeah.
Trust that process.
But yeah, this wide receiver room, it feels like they've built more depth out of it than in years past, because the last few years it's been, it's A.J. Brown, Devonta Smith, and there hasn't
Jaden
really,
Dotson.
Jahan Dotson,
Jahan Dotson.
Nazareth legend. There hasn't really been
That's
a
a
whole lot
great
of
name.
there hasn't really been a whole lot of depth behind them, but it feels like this year you have guys like Dontavian Wicks, who you're not counting on to be top receivers, guys like Darius Cooper and Elijah Moore. You're not counting on those guys to be top receivers, but when you have injury issues, which Devonta Smith and Makai Lemon have had, Jalen Hurts isn't throwing to guys that aren't going to be in football in a month.
You think that they're that bad that they're going to
The
be
past couple of years, they were.
Yeah. Especially
They
outside
had
of Jahan
nothing.
Dotson. Who do they have? Johnny Wilson?
Yeah, Johnny Wilson. Johnny
he still
Wilson's
there?
back. Yeah, he's still
Oh,
there. He's
I was
back
gonna say.
after a bad leg injury. Britton Covey's on the pup
Good
list, I
special
believe.
teams player.
Yeah, in order to prep up our transition to the defensive guys. Jonathan Grenard apparently isn't close to coming back after
that's
getting
not
injured
good.
weightlifting. which makes sense.
And they said that it was not going to be a long-term injury as well. They didn't think it was going to be something that was going to have him cause a decent amount of time, but apparently that is not the case.
Yeah, Dunmore's own Vic Fangio said he's probably still a couple of weeks away. So injuries going through camp early. It's just now the question of how quickly can they get some of these guys back. Devonta Smith and Makai Lemon should be back for the start of the season, but hamstring injuries can be very finicky and tricky.
And
Just
even when
ask
you
AJ
do,
Brown.
and as I say, even when you do come back at the start of the season, especially off a hamstring injury, you're not as explosive as you need to be. And that's what Devonta Smith's game is: explosiveness. Is taking the top off of the defense. And when you don't have that extra gear to kick it into, look at, Tyreek Hill. He was the best player in all of football, and then everyone was as fast as him, and now he's out of football.
Yeah, and then his leg exploded.
I was going to say, then his leg,
Yeah.
it's like broke.
His
That was the
leg
next
his
injury.
leg
Exploded.
quit.
Yes.
Yeah. The only injury that made me more sick may have been Willis McGahee.
Nick Chubb.
Oof.
That didn't make me sick. The Nick Chubb one made me sad because he came so far back to then blow out his other leg.
That's fair.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, we got to get one more in.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, let's get one more in, and then we're going to switch over to the defensive side of the ball and the other side of the state as the Pittsburgh Steelers don't have any cornerbacks playing. They're relying on Sante Samuel Jr., and it's not because of injuries. It's because of other options. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back to wrap up 28-22 Sports Night. All right, let's wrap this thing up on the defensive side of things. And in Latrobe, do we have black and gold?
Yes. I think
All right, let's go to Riley first, and then we'll break down what Riley's got to tell us. But yeah, black and gold. Listen, at the end of the day, no one is playing defense for the Steelers because Jalen Ramsey is a veteran and doesn't really need to go to camp, and he knows that.
No, he has a knee injury that's kept him out since mandatory mini camp, according to
Okay,
Mike
Jalen
McCarthy.
Ramsey is a veteran and doesn't need camp, very much like how Aaron Donald doesn't need camp, and I'm not too concerned about it because that dude is a gamer and one of the best out there, and come week one, I think that he'll be fine. I understand that you guys want him to get reps in the system and everything like that, and it's a new system and a new defense. Dude's going to be okay.
Well, that's what Patrick Graham said. He said he envisioned Jalen Ramsey's still in the meetings. Jalen Ramsey's still off to the side doing his individual workouts. He knows what his role is going to be in this defense. He's just not practicing right now. So I think right now is the bigger concern is when the heck is Joey Porter Jr. going to get this contract extension
Yes,
done?
exactly. I
I
think that's your bigger concern.
So that's an issue in itself, but we'll see how that plays out as the Steelers preseason game. 2 days.
So crazy that we're there already.
2 days, yes. They'll be Mike McCarthy, Aaron Rodgers will be facing off against their old team, the Green Bay Packers.
How was that not game in Lambeau?
I don't know. It's a
preseason.
I know.
I'm not sure
I know
how
you
those games
didn't
are.
make the schedule. Like, I get that. So, all right, we got ready. We'll go to Riley real quick, and then we'll break it down.
Yep.
All right, let's do that.
Aaron Rodgers doesn't see any value in the preseason for him, and it makes sense. He's 42 years old, been with Pittsburgh for a season, and played with Mike McCarthy for more than a decade in Green Bay. The future Hall of Famer didn't play in the preseason last year, and it didn't seem to impact his 4-touchdown performance in Week 1.
You practice the right way. You practice hard. You condition in the practice. These practices that we do in the preseason are actually sometimes more volume for the ones.
A lot has changed in the 22 years that Rodgers has been in the league, including the preseason.
Even, joint practices. I think the first year we were doing them, it was fun because you got to play a team that wasn't going to play how they played in the preseason. They were going to show you a lot of different things they were working on. It was like a real day at camp. But as that got on, it just stopped being like that. It just turned into fights, and nobody showed anything because somebody's brother, is on the staff, and they might show them the film and blah, blah, blah. So I think those are a waste of a day.
At one point, it was anything but a day when he was a young quarterback in Green Bay.
Yeah, it was my Super Bowl. Man, it was super important, and I was so locked in and dialed in, and then you get out there and you run on the field and the nerves start flooding you, and you start trying to slow your breathing down just to remember what the play was that you just heard in your helmet, and not have to ask them again on the sideline, and say it with conviction in the huddle, and then break the huddle and try and remember what the hell's going on in the play and who's got what.
The preseason is no longer the Super Bowl for Aaron Rodgers, but it will be for Drew Aller and Will Howard, who both play in their first NFL games on Thursday. That's something that Rodgers is looking forward to watching. Reporting in Latrobe for Black and Gold Nation, I'm Ravi Holsinger.
Pretty sure that Aaron Rodgers is the only person looking forward to watching Will Howard and Drew Allard play quarterback in the NFL.
I'm excited to watch Drew Aller try.
Did you
I'm
see
excited.
him try
Let's
to hit
go.
the net? Did you see him try to hit the net?
I did.
Yeah.
That's why
Did
I'm
you
very
see him
excited to see
hit-
how he tries to play quarterback.
Did you see him hit Brandon Smith down the sidelines for like a 40-yard completion?
Yeah, nobody wants to talk about that.
Yeah, no one wants to talk. You know, his problem's short accuracy. Not he's got a fine deep ball.
Just as long as it's not a crossbody throw to the middle of the field
Exactly.
in a big game.
And that's something you could hopefully coach people out of that.
James Franklin couldn't.
Well, that's why they retooled all the mechanics. Because James Franklin and the coaching staff did a bad job.
You're telling me.
That's what happened.
God forbid, James Franklin, who was one play away from a national championship, and the Steelers, who haven't had a losing record. Come to the dark side. Come see what I have to
I'm
deal
a
with.
Wizards fan.
Have a season of Tim Tebow.
I'm a Wizards fan. I think I sort of share, not in the same sense, but
I'm pretty sure the Wizards have made the playoffs more times than the Knicks since 2000.
yeah. Oh,
Now,
yeah,
they haven't
that's-
gone further, but I'm saying I think they
probably
have made it more times
They've never
than the
made
Knicks
it past the second round.
Well, they always ran into LeBron. They did always have to match up with a young LeBron Cavs team.
Yeah, and then they lost the other year was they lost to the Celtics in 7.
Oh, speaking of LeBron, actually, word is, and the rumor at this point in time, nothing. Sources out there are saying that DeMar DeRozan's people have reached out and are in communication and negotiating to be the final roster spot on the 76ers at the veterans minimum.
Another mid-range specialist that doesn't pass. Yay. I also don't like DeMar DeRozan as a player that much.
I thought DeRozan was going to end up in Miami.
I think he'd be a better fit in Miami.
I thought he'd
Yes.
be a great fit in Miami. I thought it really did,
They need
especially
more
with the
offense.
Brothers of Destruction, as they were called.
That's another spacing issue with DeRozan though, because he doesn't take threes.
No.
He needs the ball in the mid-range.
But there's more ball to go around in Miami than there is
I agree it's
Philadelphia.
a better fit, but it's still a spacing issue. We have
No,
more
it is.
space at this table than that Heat front court has. DeRozan's not fixing that, and he's getting dissed by Drake.
Well, that's why they have Pele Larson.
Wait, what happened with DeMar? Oh, yeah, because
That was so
of
good.
Compton.
That was
Yeah,
so funny.
yeah, I understand that, but do realize that, he was on stage with Kendrick, and I think that overrides Drake.
Yeah, probably.
Has Drake come back from losing to Kendrick yet?
He's trying.
He released 2 albums unexpected one night, and it was like, wow, the double album was pretty good.
Yeah, he's trying.
He's trying.
There's nothing wrong with trying.
Doing what he can. Just like DeMar trying to go to the Sixers. Him and Kevin Love.
Kevin Love's a great. Love Kevin Love.
How long until they make a move and trade Edgecombe to the Wizards for Anthony Davis?
No.
I don't think they.
You wouldn't want
Oh, no.
Edgecombe?
They
You know-
financially.
no.
Yeah, I like how you go, no, because you
Yeah.
weren't listening, and then you were like, wait, Edgecombe?
They
What?
financially can't.
It's gonna. I was
No,
also going to say
3-team
this.
deal. 3-team deal.
Street clothes
Street
and street
clothes.
clothes.
3-team deal, baby.
Surely that would work.
Not to mention
Well,
someone.
one would get hurt. They'd have to have the injury timeline set. So
Listen,
one's
this is
healthy.
what we all know what you do. You trade, you bring them in, you pay them nothing, and then you have them be the face of your Jumbotron sales marketing company.
Ooh.
They're gonna Kawhi.
Kawhi.
Oh.
Daktronics,
Oh.
Kawhi.
Yeah, that thing's getting interesting.
That trade's gonna get voided, isn't it?
Kawhi's gonna get kicked out the league.
I don't think it's Kawhi. I think it's his
Okay, here's a all right.
Uncle
Okay,
Dennis.
all right. We got to get going.
Yes, we do.
I'm gonna leave this on something very, very
provocative.
Thank you.
Okay.
Have we seen Kawhi Leonard play his last NBA basketball game?
No.
I'm going to say yes. And we will talk about it more tomorrow on 2822 Sports Night on Nate's last day here in the 570. All right, we'll see you later. Thank you for joining us.